All members of the music industry continue to mourn the loss of musician and their longtime friend Devon Mdeez Knight, who was killed this past Friday. Recording artist Ricardo Forbes, who performs as Mr. Mdeez, has known Mdeez for more than 20 years and says when he heard of his friend's shocking death, he instantly became depressed, as it took a few hours for him to process it. Despite performing in the gospel sector and Mdeez taking the secular route, Forbes says their friendship endured and he was excited about the strides he'd been making in music. Mr. Mdeez says his friend's humility was his most memorable trait.
Sometimes when we achieve things in life, we tend to let things get to our head and we don't talk to certain people anymore. We act like we're better than people and all that stuff. And one of the things that I always admired about him was the fact that he would be friendly to everybody. He was one of those artists. If you go to an event, he would come and say hi. If you ask him to feature, he wouldn't give you a hard time. He has collaborated with a lot of big name artists around the world, written songs for them, featured with them, as well as made great relationships and friendships with those persons as well. So even though we're mourning his loss here in the Bahamas, people around the world are mourning him as well.
Well, another friend and musician, Samuel "Sammy" Star Poitier, describes Mdeez as a brother since the two of them came up and through the music scene from their youth. Shedding tears, Poitier says he's committed to ensuring the legacy of the man he describes as a true friend and cultural icon will continue. He recalled that Mdeez was the most kind-hearted person he knew, making his loss even harder to grasp.
I was at home when I found out about it, and I'm not taking it very well. One of my true friends, one of my true brothers, and the last thing I thought was that I was going to get a phone call that I wouldn't see him again. So it's rough. It's rough for everybody. It's rough for everybody. I can only think about his wife and his little sister he was raising, because mom died a few years earlier, so it was just him and Whitney, and LaShawn, and now he is gone. We won't see him again. So it's a pretty rough day. I just want to let my brother know, I know he's looking down. He's with mom now. I just want to let him know that I love him and we're going to miss him, and his legacy will definitely live on.